and it messed up my whole entire life. My only advice to you is finish school, respect your elders, respect your parents, and believe in yourself and love yourself, and don't pick up a substance to get rid of a problem. It's not going to work. Deal with your problem.
Alright, good evening everyone. How are you doing? I'm Hugo here to bring you a brand new video once again with River from River Real Life Vlogs. This is a second video we are making on the same night as the previous video, where I wanted to talk more about a bit of motivation. And me and River were busy making a video for his channel about also inspiration and motivation, and just about the different generations of him, and example of him being a lot older than me and my brother are. And it got me thinking. I had a few stories here and there. What, are you nervous?
No, not at all.
I heard a few stories here and there from him while just talking, and I heard something about that you have a daughter.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, thanks for, you know what, sorry if we both sound nervous. It's a different subject, and you just asked me to take the lead a little bit here. What are we trying to get at is, you know, we were both making videos now for about 2 hours, and we're talking about raising children and generations and all of that. And it comes down to parenting, you know, doesn't it? It comes down to, you know, what are parents like? So I tell people I've got a child and I have a daughter. So Hugo says to me now, you know, my journey says to me, you know, River, do you mind talking about your daughters? I said, you know, Hugo, let me first tell you the truth, and I'm talking about it now in front of everybody because it is so important. You know, Hugo, like what you're talking about now is how we are raised.
Yeah.
And my story about having a daughter is, it's completely different to a lot of others. I was in a relationship with a girl many years ago. I'm now happily married, but this was many years ago, and this girl unfortunately stepped out of line. When I say that, she had relations with another man, but I loved this girl, and she fell pregnant, and I couldn't bear the thought of this little girl being raised without a father. And so I automatically said to this young lady, listen, I'm going to forgive you, but from now on, this child is mine. This is our baby. We've been in a relationship, and this is my baby. And of course she was overwhelmed, because I know a lot of men might not do that. And I took this child on as my own. Her name is Sharon. She's probably 12 years old now. Unfortunately,
The daughter, not the one.
The daughter. My daughter is about 12. And when I say about, very sadly, now when I say I'm the father, I believe completely I'm the father. It doesn't mean that I'm physically not the father, but due to the intimacy. But I was with this child the whole time through the pregnancy. I was at the birth. I was with her for a good couple of years of her life, and I still see her as my daughter. She has a very special place, a tattoo here on my arm, Sharon. And this got us to talking. It doesn't mean just because you don't physically make a child that you can't be a father. And to me, I call myself a father. I talk about Sharon as my child, and I still hope with all my heart that maybe even Sharon is going to watch this clip one day, and that she's going to realize that there is a man out there that loves her. And I do. She's my daughter. And if I could have contact, and if I could help her in any way, I would. But the mother and the grandparents have chosen not to keep me a part of the life anymore. But what we were getting at is that you might not have a physical father or a physical mother, but there is somebody out there that cares for you, that can be a mother or father figure in your life. And that is so important. So many youngsters say, oh, I don't have a dad, that's why I'm like this. You know what? Just because you don't have a mom or a dad, it doesn't determine who you are. That doesn't define you. I had very bad parents, but I actually got a stepdad later on in life who was the most amazing person, and he raised me, he loved me very dearly. So it comes down to, you know, you don't have to physically have a child, but you can be an influence in somebody's life that can be a mother or father figure. So yes, I do have a daughter, but she's maybe not my blood, but I would give my life away for her, and I would give her every cent of mine to make sure that she succeeds in life.
How long have you been part of your daughter's life?
Well, I've been part of my daughter's life from day one. From a few days after she was probably conceived, I've been part of her life. But unfortunately, I haven't had contact with her now for many years. I briefly had contact with her mother about a year ago, and with Megan, and I tried to get contact with her again, and I started saying things like, I would like to be able to financially assist you both now, but unfortunately I'm not going to go into Megan's life and her secrets. But as of now, I've kept the door open, and I've said, and my wife at the time, my wife now, has also expressed that she's more than happy to be part of Sharon's life, and I would love to be part of Sharon's life. But unfortunately, it's been years now that I haven't had any contact with her, and
And okay, what I actually wanted to ask is, up to what age did you have contact with her? See her every day?
Up until the age of 4. No.
Anything else you want to say about?
Yeah, what I'd like to add is, we've been speaking, Jürgen and I have beautiful long chats, and we've been talking about, we live in a country so full of racial hate and so full of, racial problems. And a lot of people, say to me, or River, maybe you don't like black people or colored people, or you don't know what they go through. My daughter Sharon is a colored girl. Megan was a colored girl, and I lived with them. For all the years that we lived together, I lived in a colored area with them, not in a white area with me. I lived there. Why? Because I wanted her to grow up knowing her culture. I wanted her to be part of her Oma and Opa's life, and we lived there for many years. So that is another thing. I don't see color. I don't have any time for racial business. Love is love. People are people. I fell in love with Megan. I fell even hopelessly more in love with Sharon. Megan has her own life. She's gone on. I'm happily married. But there's still an absolute longing in my heart to have a relationship with Sharon. She's not a colored daughter. She is my daughter. Color means nothing. It is about love. And whether you are a physical, biological parent, or an adoptive parent, or a biological or adoptive child, you can still have love and receive love.
Have you lived with them on the streets, or?
Unfortunately, we did. Yeah, that's a good question to ask. I don't know how you managed to find that question to ask, but yeah, unfortunately, when Megan and I were together with Sharon, we were both still drug addicts, and we unfortunately lived with Sharon on the streets for a good couple of months, and it's a part of my life that I will regret forever. It's a big reason I hate myself and I beat myself up, because I think, why didn't I do more to give my daughter a better life? And unfortunately, I had to say that we were many nights on the streets living there as a family. But we all make mistakes.
Did you and your daughter and the mother, did you get very sick easily, or?
Very. Yeah, Sharon got sick because, you know, her immune system was obviously low because of living outside, and yeah, we got infections. Yeah, we were very unhealthy people. We didn't have good nutrition. We weren't eating properly, and we were using drugs. But I can honestly say Megan and I loved Sharon very much. That's one thing Sharon never went without, and that was love.
And where did you guys, for the baby, find food to eat and build up your immune system? And
Yeah, I don't know, people, I think eventually I got a job in a restaurant and that paid for us to get food. But I don't know what the English word is, but we used to scuttle. We used to, you know, people used to give us donations, or I would try to do an odd job for somebody, and we always found a way. And whether I would have to go beg for bread or something to feed them, I did. And I remember only one night out of all those years that we went to bed hungry. But other than that, they always had something to eat.
was the baby born more winter or summer?
The baby was born in winter.
Do you think that was part of the main reason that she got sick very easily, because of the cold? And I know Cape Town, as far as I know, is rainy and all of that. Do you think that also played a huge part in her immune system not being as good?
No, because funny enough, Sharon was born in a hospital. Megan and Sharon were on a medical aid that time from their father, from Megan's father. And Sharon was actually, and it's something that I'm so grateful for today, Sharon was born in a very good hospital in Cape Town. It was a C-section, and they were in a good hospital under good care. It was only when Megan and I went back to drugs that we took Sharon out of a nice home of warmth, and we had her on the streets with us for a while. I'm just so grateful to Megan's parents that when things divided between us two and I went to prison, that Megan's parents have always given Sharon such a good home. Sharon has always been well looked after, and I'm always eternally grateful for that. They picked up for my failures.
Were you both, after the baby was born, were you using drugs at that stage, or was it only a few months after?
No, it was before, during, and after.
Did you live with the grandparents for a while after the baby was born?
Yeah. I will always be so grateful to them, and if they ever watch this, if they ever see this YouTube channel, yeah, I'm always so grateful to them for picking up my failure and for being such wonderful grandparents to that beautiful little girl.
Okay, that is going to be almost it for the video. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Just before we go, what motivation do you have for people watching now? Do not live the life and make the, I can probably say, wrong decisions that you made as a young adult.
You know what, I want to say this, and I know this has been long, and maybe Hugo can, maybe my life, my journey can edit that other stuff and maybe just make this as a little clip in its own, because you know what, I am a full-time motivator these days. Because of the Tourette's, I can't work in the business that I used to, so now I motivate young people. Don't make the mistakes I made in life, and I'm saying this with the utmost, I'm pleading with you, don't do drugs. Don't pick up alcohol and let it lead to drugs. My biggest mistakes I made, I was a provincial swimmer. I was earmarked for the Olympic Games in 1996. I had a good job at Sun City, and I started using heroin, and it messed up my whole entire life. My only advice to you is finish school, respect your elders, respect your parents, and believe in yourself and love yourself, and don't pick up a substance to get rid of a problem. It's not going to work. Deal with your problem. Give me a call. Hugo will give you my email address, my numbers. Don't do drugs. Love yourself enough to stay away from drug addiction.
I believe River will agree with me. If not, I might have to edit this part out. But if you are a person that struggles with drugs or alcohol or smoking, whatever, and you want to change and you feel you need to change, and you can't get to institution or to someone that is qualified to help you, feel free to give either River or me a call. We would love to talk to you and try and help you as far as we can.
Anytime. Hugo and I will start making more of these videos regularly. We are going to work on making a more organization where we can help you to get help you need.
We must maybe think of starting a second channel just for this.
Perfect. We're going to leave our email addresses. Unfortunately, cell phone numbers will be abused, but we're going to leave our email addresses. And if you need help in any way, contact us and we will get the help. We will get the help you need, even if it's just a listening ear.
We can maybe one day, if we are continuing and getting stronger on YouTube, get a joint phone number that we can switch on certain times of the day and people can contact us if need be. Otherwise, you can email us. And with that being said, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe. Don't forget to go check out River's channel on River Real Life Vlogs. The link is in the description. Till next time, bye.
Cheers.